Bits and Bones, my name is Lady V, and welcome to my channel. Over the last roughly 6-ish months, I've pre-scheduled content to be the best YouTuber that I can be, and all that time I've held myself accountable to a schedule. This schedule. Writing released on Medium Mondays and Wednesdays, writer and booktube videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Patreon updates every Sunday, and I've even got a bunch of new gaming content that I've been putting out on my second channel for most of that time consistently too, on Fridays. I'd like to say that I've given a genuine shot to being a consistent content creator, and I'm pretty proud of that. But the more that you do something, the more you'll grow, the more you'll want to do and want from yourself, and that's where I am now. And I've hit that point in several regards. So I'll break this video up so you can skip around to what I'll be changing about which aspects of my content that you're most interested in. Timestamps below. And if you're not at all interested, I'd just like to announce that there will be changes, and you should hopefully be seeing them by the end of the month. I'm calling this Speedrun September, so expect more content than usual. Okay, on to the first topic, my writing and medium. I'd like to honor my commitment to posting prose on my publication Bits and Bones twice weekly, and I will, but just until the end of the year. The thing is, the reason I've been able to do prose drops every Monday and Wednesday consistently almost for all year so far, is because they are excerpts from my prose memoirs. Not the entirety of the prose in the memoirs Heart-Shaped Hands or Strangling Heartstrings, but definitely a majority, aka the pieces that I thought stand on their own well enough to be enjoyed outside of the context of those memoirs. And as I'm closing out the memoir trilogy with the Sunk Hurt fallacy, that reservoir of multi-use passages is going to run out. And I want it to run out. If you've read along with my journey of writing and releasing HSH and SHS, you'll know just how tired I am. And eager to be done with this last installment. This trilogy has been a labor of love, hate, and trauma that I am more than ready to leave behind. Not only does my posting consistency on Medium currently hinge on my memoir trilogy, I also think that I need a different direction in where I'm putting my investment. Medium is great, but it's not really my niche. I love writing prose, but that's what Medium should be for me. One-off prose. Not the spewing of thematic, unwinding nonfiction memoirs. I'll still post on Medium in 2023, probably more to other publications too, because if I were doing that now, I would never be able to guarantee anything would go up on Monday or Wednesday, rather than next week or month, or just never, because that publication ghosted and disappeared, which happens quite a lot on there. So taking the deadline of posting on Medium out of the equation might drop my consistency, but it will boost my reach and the range of my themes. So I hope that you look forward to that if you like reading my writing. More so, I hope that you look forward to what I'll actually be focusing on writing, which is short, beautiful horror. I have so many ideas for horror collections, anthologies, collaborations, just stories, and I want 2023 to be the year that I pursue that branch of my creativity in full. Going from that then, I would like to mention my Patreon, where most of my published short stories were available, and I kind of deleted it. Patreon's site has a lot of information about what kind of Patreon you might want yours to be, but no good way to convert one that you've already started into something else, without just deleting everything. So that's what I did. I really needed a clean slate, and there was no reset button. I had my Patreon set up as a one-stop shop to support me and get updates on everything that I'm up to, but that varied so much. Sometimes I was sharing nature photography, other weeks it was writing updates or a redirect to new videos on my second channel, but supporting one aspect of content that I make didn't mesh well with the others. The lower tier I kind of hoped would appeal to people who liked my commentary videos, whereas I wanted my higher tiers to hold their value in tangible goods like PDFs of my writing or art downloads. But none of those things would appeal to the same supporters. Not to mention, it felt impossible to quantify the worth of unlimited access to my professional creations in one tier as a recurring payment. It just didn't feel right to me. As much as I've gone back and forth for years on how I want to separate the different aspects of my online presence, overall, I just wanted my support options to be coherent. So I've divided everything up, but also clumped it together appropriately with likewise things, rather than just dump it all in one place hoping to impress people with my versatility of content, because it really doesn't work like that. Rather than an ongoing support payment, the best I can provide for people who like my writing should be a library and access to my stories. And because my YouTube videos are more of a passion project, I'll keep them as a non-obligatory site, just for tips, if you like them, you know? As for my art, well, I've kind of condemned that as anything more than a means to an end in both professional and passion projects, so artwork will just pop up in whichever of those spaces is most appropriate at the time. I'll make a video later about which sites that you can find which kinds of my content soon. It'll just take a lot of setting up first. And lastly, segueing into setups. The biggest reason for Speedrun September is that I want to bring an avatar and a new setting, a new vibe to this channel. As I've been working towards setting myself apart on other platforms, from my thumbnails on Medium to my new Avi on my second channel, I've been figuring out what does and doesn't work, or at least what I like and don't like. As much as my WriterTube has been a place to semi-professionally share my work and hold meaningful discussions on the craft of creativity, it's not very personalized. You get to know my voice, but every video format is different. Whether I'm showing the process of making the thumbnail for the video that you're currently watching, to cutting to full screen unedited clips of the movies that I'm talking about, there's nothing carrying over between videos or across my channel as a whole. I have a voice, but I don't have a face. And it feels like every half a year or so I want to adjust to things, which sounds a bit excessive for such a small YouTuber, but that's kind of the point, isn't it? I am small, so I'm growing a lot and fast and in different directions all the time. And as much as I've pre-scheduled like a good little YouTuber, if I'm trying to bring my channel aesthetics forward, that pre-scheduled content then becomes something holding me back. I'm ready to move on, but my old content is still coming out months later, which is why it's now Speedrun September. I'm going to release everything that I've pre-recorded during the month of September so that I can start fresh and spooky in October. This might mean that my schedule won't be consistent for the rest of 2022 while I work out the kinks of setting everything up, but I hope that you'll bear with me because the end result, the new theme of this channel, will be worth it. So aside from extra reviews this month, I'm going to be going over the changes coming, my process of how I'm making those changes, and some of the reasons why. So yeah, welcome to Speedtember. Yeah. Maybe it'll catch on. And I hope to see you there at the end. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video coming soon.